So on my blog, of course, share how I make money in real estate. Been doing this for 40 years. I just got back from my fishing trip, and you know, I always drive the rounds. So one of the first things I do this morning is make the rounds and look at my properties. In fact, let me see if I can show you what I'm doing. Yeah, so this is one of my properties, and I got some issues I see getting away. But one of the things I was going to tell you is, while driving this building, I found a couple UPS packages, or maybe Amazon delivered packages. I'm not sure. Sitting on the outside of this particular building, and this is about a 20,000 square foot building. I've owned this for quite a while. And anyways, so there was stuff sitting out in front of the window there. You see that window? And I couldn't find my tenant's phone number, so I was calling my manager. Anyhow, I have common areas. In fact, I'll show you. So take a look at this. I like coded access for when you have a common entry area. See that? That's a combination lock there that you see there. Anyways, so what I did is I couldn't get a hold of the tenant, but I went in and just threw the packages inside that area, and I left a message with my manager. Said, hey, let them know that their packages are inside, because there's so many freaking thieves now. It's unbelievable. In my particular town, they've screwed this place up so bad. It's the worst city council I've ever dealt with. I've got people checking doors. I got homeless people, living 100 feet, like 50 homeless people living maybe 150 feet from a very nice building that I have that is now becoming a little bit of a shithole. But this is the kind of stuff that'll walk away really quick. As soon as somebody discovers it, it'll be gone. But in the course of looking for my tenant, hey, good morning. In the course of looking for my tenant's phone number, I realized, oh man, I got some leases coming up on expiration. And you can be a generous landlord. I always try to be as best as I can. But the fact is, things have gotten more expensive in some areas, and sometimes you got to raise your rents. I try to keep rents as low as I can, and but at some point, what you got to do is you just check the market, right? Check your market, and it'll make it a lot easier, because some of you have a little fatigue in raising your rents on people. But the bottom line is, you got to do it sometimes. You got to watch your rents. That's part of, I tell people, like in business, when you have a business, the main thing is, you've got your employees to pay, and you got the business to pay. And then if there's any extra profit, then that's what you get, right? And you can be part of the employee product too. And so, but when it comes down to it, it's vital that the business survives. The business, in this case, the building, is gotta always make money. Your rentals always have to make money. And, don't consider, you gotta look at it as a business. So many people don't. You got a building, you want that thing to, when you buy it day one, you want it to make, you want it to be making, maybe, 12, 15% cap rate when you buy it. But the bottom line is, when you market to market, meaning when you take it to what it's truly worth, it should be making a minimum of 6. And I don't even like 6. I look a little higher than that. But they've got to have a certain cap rate. And believe me, I just bought a building less than a week ago for $1.6 million, and I'm looking at another one now, and I bought one, about a month and a half ago for $2.7 million. It's probably worth $3.5 million. I mean, it is now for sure, because I raised the rents, because that was the weakness in that situation. But you got to make money, and there's nothing wrong with making a fair profit. And you got a building. I like to be a little below market, a little below rents. For me, in the long run, it's good tenant relations. It keeps them there. If things get bad, they can hang on, they can get through it. But you can always lower rents. I mean, I've made some concessions to people during, the pandemic stuff, and but you don't even have the power to do that. And these cities are getting run so poorly. They're raising the tax values and raising your taxes and tax rates too. They're very, very generous with our money, around the country. And so you gotta share the burden. I mean, it's unfortunate, but you gotta share the burden. And I'm driving through different properties that I own right now, by the way. It's just good to give everything a look. Keep an eye on everything. Like what did I notice when I drove by here? Besides packages sitting out, I've got one of my tenants has got his gym. I think it's he's got his gym equipment outside. He's tossed it next to the barrel. Well, there isn't a garbage fairy that picks this shit up for free. I got to send somebody over there to pick this up. So he's getting a reminder that, hey, that isn't free to haul away. Somebody's going to have to pay to haul that stuff away. And so, like right now, I got somebody, I don't know why they're here. I don't know these cars. Here, take a peek. See, I got a truck back here and I got a car here, but I don't know that truck. So I'll check it out a little bit here, because there's so many damn thieves. I want to make sure that somebody that doesn't belong here isn't here. So I got that. Packages outside. What else? Saw condensation running from a drain. Means somebody's running their AC on the, over the weekend. Maybe they're running it a little cooler than it should be. So I got air conditioning being run when somebody's not even here. Which raises my bill because it's a shared meter. So these are things you got to look out for. I used to carry a laser around, because I can walk through the interior hallway of one of my buildings, and I can just simply point it to a door. You know how we're all getting our temperature checked everywhere we go, well, you take one of those temperature gauges, and they work 30 feet away. They're a beautiful thing. In fact, everybody should have one that's got a rental. I walk through the hallways and I shoot the doors, meaning I point the laser at the door, and I can tell how cold the room is by the outside temperature of the door. This gives me an angle if somebody is running their air conditioner, because if they run the air conditioner over the weekend and they're not there and they're trying to keep it at 72 degrees or 70 degrees, that's big money, because that's 24 hours every day that AC is running, which is effectively 3 business days a week. So take a weekend, that's running a week and a day over the weekend. So that means every week that goes by, you're paying for 2.1 weeks of air conditioning, actually 2.2 weeks of air conditioning. So your bills can get significantly high. So you got to watch that stuff. Anyways, but so here, take a look. This is what I was talking about by the condensation line. Now take a look here. Can you see that water? See that water running? That ain't from rain. That's from the air conditioner dumping some condensate or into that drain. So the AC's on the roof running, and of course this water, this is what is a byproduct of the thing when it condenses and the water goes. So again, these are the things you got to look for. And now again, trash. Here's the trash. See, got a weight, chin-up bar, some other crap. A lot of time, I suspect it's one of my tenants. It's no big deal. I love my tenants, and to be honest, they dump so many pallets out here. He probably thinks, we just throw the shit out here and Tom picks it up or something like that. But that's not how it works. So we'll square that up. Again here, this isn't terrible, but I don't love it. But it's trash on the outside of the building, overflowing a little bit. But this is fine. These are the things you keep an eye out for, and you do what you got to do to take care of it. Some tenants, they don't even mind. Like, I'm a vendor for some of my tenants where I charge them for things that need to be done, that kind of fall on their responsibility, but I'll take care of it. Other things, you look at ACs like this. See the ACs on the outside of this building. You can kind of see if they're running, and then you look, you know, I'm looking at how many people are in this lot. You know, this has got about a, I don't know, I'll take you a quick peek. See, this parking lot's got, I don't know, there's room for probably, I can't remember, probably 45 cars. So they're running at about 20% capacity here. But it's Sunday. Now in this case, it doesn't matter. These tenants pay all the utilities, but nevertheless, your ACs and things you want to watch, you don't want them to wear out. You know, here's more stuff. This is not good. You know, because, you know, stuff gets dumped to the, see, look at this. This is dumped to the side of the road. It doesn't belong there. But it's there. And so I'm going to have to take some sort of measures to correct it. Hey, please like and subscribe. You guys didn't follow me. You know I share everything I can about, and I built this building, actually this particular building right here. But please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel. You learn a lot here if you're interested in real estate. I really don't know where you're going to learn more. If you're interested in residential, commercial, multifamily, whatever, you know, I own a lot of it. I've been doing this a long time. Anyway, so I'm excited about this last property I bought, by the way. Yeah, see, somebody asked about installing independent metering. You know, it's not that easy to do. You can put an ohm meter around, you know, the power that's kind of going, but it's not exact. You know, it's not, if it was separated that exact, I just put meters on everything. But you can kind of put an ohm meter over each person's AC, because that's the majority of the electricity, to be honest. And that's fine. And it gives you an indication of how much is being wasted. So let's look at another property. This is one I have sold right now. I paid $129 for this place. Yeah, that seems like it's zoomed in. Let's see if I can fix this thing. Jeez, oh, there we go, way better. Anyways, so this place here is sold, and so let's talk about good investments. By the way, this is an asset I paid $129,000 for, and I've just sold it for $500,000. Now I've owned it for more than 10 years, but it's made money since day one. I mean, I probably could have, when I bought it for $129, it was probably worth $169. Yeah, it is. It's pretty. Thanks. I fixed it up some. But this is the time. It's time to sell this thing. Okay. So, this new asset that I bought last week, my $500,000 I'm going to take from this is now going to produce a net $45,000 a year. That's net. Okay. And when I refinance that asset or pull money out and a line of credit, it'll still, then it's, my return on cash is even better. My return on cash goes up from 9% to 24%, because the borrowed money only cost me 3 3/4%. So I make 5 1/4 on 3/4 of the 500,000. So anyways, watch a video back or two if you don't quite get that, but we'll get into more. But you know, it's really important. You know, a good life is by design, and you know, and I tell people that all the time, and that goes for taking care of your health. You know, you can ignore your blood pressure. You can, you know, my mom ignored her blood pressure. Now she's, you know, not too good, got dementia, but it could have been avoided because it's vascular dementia. So of course I watch mine, and it's a pain in the ass. I love to drink, I love to eat red meat, but I got to cut back, so I cut back some. But these are the, you know, if you don't make sacrifices to have a better life, whether it's your health or your money, then guess what? You're going to suffer. You're going to pay the consequences. So, and I certainly don't want to pay the consequences my mom's paying right now. Believe me, that dementia is a horrible thing. So anyways, this house, again, this one's sold. This is going to close hopefully within the next 2 weeks. And I got another one around the corner. I sold for $625. I paid $129,000 for that one too. I paid $129 for both of these. And you know, again, there's $600,000, and again, and that one I'll make 6, 9, 10, what is 9 times 6 for? Yeah, 19. That's right. So I guess I'll be 54,000 on the other one. But in net, even more than that, I'll get 24% on that one too as well. Yeah, all right. So, anyways, but on the real estate, here's my old restaurant. Check it out. Now, this used to be part of my rounds, right? Because I used to have to drive by this place, make sure, parking lot was clean. Now I don't own it anymore. I sold this place, and I made some money on it. And here's an interesting story. So check this out. See in the background there, the building. See this building out here? Well, this rock wall that you see here, it didn't used to be there. And when I first bought this building, what I did is they were building that place, and they needed a place to stage their materials to build. And so I had to revamp this place. It was a dump. I pulled a rat that long out of one of the seats in this place. When it was an old Mexican food restaurant. Been there 35, 40 years. Anyways, but while I was fixing this up, I rented the parking lot to the construction guys because they needed a place to stage, put the materials here, because they just don't have a ton of room over there. It's like almost all building. They have very little parking requirement because that's an adult senior care center. And guess what? My mom's in that center now too. So, but I made $5,500 a month on this parking lot for a little over a year while I was fixing up the interior of my place and while they were building the place next door. So you want to maximize your assets and recognize that, lots that are in good areas are worth a lot of money. I mean, just as a place to park moving trucks. So people see that moving truck, that's free advertisement. If you got a good property, good lot, I've got landscapers that want to rent properties that I have. And, it's a central location for running plants all different directions or whatever, or a moving truck. But a lot of it is it's free advertising. They got their trucks parked there, says what they do, something moving or something landscaping. It's smart on their part because it helps justify the money they spend. So anyways, yeah, I'm glad I don't have, so check this out. Here's a little story for you. At the time, I'm a jiu-jitsu guy now more than anything for staying in shape. But you can see right here, there's a stairway up both sides of this place. Let me turn it this way. And one day you can go in and out of the building, both those stairways you see there. Well, I pulled up just like you see right here. And you can see up in the corner here, there's a camera. I put in those security cameras right there. Anyways, this one particular morning, I would have I had a guy that would come to my door at, I think, 4:45 in the morning, and we run 4 miles, and then he just, kicks my ass, making me work, making me even run, And so I did that for almost 10 years. Well, a lot of times I would run by this place in the morning before I would start my workout. Well, this morning things were running late, and I skipped it, and I didn't do it. And so I'm working out, and all of a sudden I get an alarm. The alarm went off here. So I run over here, and nobody was here. Just missed him by a minute, and I'm glad I did, because this idiot, he was at the step right under that camera that I showed you, and he's got a big old long screwdriver, and he's just whittling away, digging away, digging away the door. When he finally dug enough of the door jamb away that the deadbolt would pass, he opened the door. It tripped the alarm. Alarm doesn't go off. It goes off immediately for me, but it stays quiet in the building for 1 minute. He goes back deep into the building, checks the cash register, then he grabs the they call it the crack machine because people just can't stop playing it. It's like crack, some sort of video game that's on the counter. So he grabs that, yanks it out of the wall, runs out, throws it in his car, takes off. And then I pulled up right after that. Well, the fact that this guy is digging away at the door with the camera this close to his face, this guy doesn't give a shit. He's got nothing to live for. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about going to jail. And more, this is the kind of stuff we're getting into that's quite scary, because, I could have pulled up and just been shot, or I'd have been faced with shooting this guy. you know, and neither way it wouldn't have been fun for me whether I shot him or got shot, right? Because it's going to be a bunch of bullshit no matter what. So like here's another property, and you can see that new picket right there in the middle, the white, kind of a white picket. Yeah, that's from alarm going off. I tripped the alarm, said, hey, get the hell out of here. They were in the back, they ran, they kicked the fence out so they could get out. Little fun stuff like this happens, unfortunately. But look, I'm just sharing with you how it really is. But you know, this defund police crap that they're pushing is affecting places. You know, I'm getting more and more trouble where I've never had trouble before. And I'll give you here. Those of you that think I'm cruel to the homeless, bullshit. See this? This is one of my properties. It's a total shithole, and they don't take care of their place. And when I say that, you'll see these purple trash cans. See, look straight over there. There's these purple trash cans over here, okay? Well, these purple trash cans, the geniuses down at the city council created this purple trash bag, you know, clean up your shithole, you know, campaign. So they get like $5 if they fill a purple trash bag, and right, they can fill up and hand it out. Well, it doesn't work. So there's the purple trash cans. They have the purple trash bags that you can grab, and they can fill them, paid for it. They're a shit strewn. You could fill up 10 trash bags. Look, here's a nice shoe in the street that I'm about to run over. And now look here. Trash, look at, there's trash all over the grass here. They could fill this thing up. So it's not worth it. They get a check just sitting there. It's just cheap rent for a lot of them. And at night they control the buildings, the cars, bother the shit out of the people that are, you know, getting their gas. You know, the woman that's, you know, grabbing a gallon of milk or whatever at the, you know, the little convenience stores, has some creep, you know, hey, you got $1? And, you know, a lot of times they give them $1 just to get away from them. And, you know, so anyways, the bottom line is you got to watch your assets. In fact, there's another liquor store up here. I went in the other day, and they had a guard there. And I said, why you got a guard here now? They go, oh man, they go, we got people walking in here grabbing shit. We had to hire our own security. Cops don't come as quickly as they used to because they've defunded them. They're strained a bit. And there's a disproportionate amount of cops have to show up at these stupid bridges like you just saw. And, you know, where, you know, there's a fight between neighbors, you know, the neighboring tents. But that's a burden, right? So who that business now has the burden of having to hire their own police protection, you know, a private security detail. That's an overhead that they should not have to deal with because they're taxpayers. And again, so all this shit boils down to costing the landlord more money and or the business owner, in this case, more money. And, you know, the stuff just you can't just let it go, which I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm going to make another video on this. There's Citypedia, that's city-pedia.com. I'll be down there soon. Citypedia.com, join, subscribe, because it is going to get more into the issues that are destroying the country. You know, it's just damaging everyone. But urge you to get that app. You've heard me talk about it before. So look, I'm going to pull over and I'll take some questions. That's the other thing. You got to be careful when you get pulled over. Somebody come over and blow your brains out. See if you have $100 in your pocket. That shit happens. You know, and you can't forget that. Just because you're comfortable doesn't mean some desperate jackass that lives under the bridge isn't. So you got to be careful. You know, always watch your back. But hey, please like and subscribe. You know, it's not always such a cheery topic, but anyways, but this is real stuff. All right, let's see. I just have to keep my eyes on the rear view mirror here. No, this isn't a bad area at all. And I'm about to drive by another one of my buildings, but let's see what you guys got. Question-wise, all right. Yeah, yep, it does drive business away. It makes them concerned. Really hard to rent a place when you got to wake a bum up and get him the fuck out of your doorway. Yep. Oh, yeah, no shit. I'll tell you what. I had a friend, we're driving together and combined. He goes, God, I thought this was a nice area. Yeah, see, now it looks like a shithole. No, the reason the cops don't do anything to the homeless is because if they bring them to court, the judge says, fuck, I ain't gonna prosecute them. Don't blame the cops for not coming or arresting the people. They know they're wasting their time. They bring them up, they set them free. Why arrest them when the policy is let them go anyways? Yeah, I'm glad you guys recognize this horse shit. Oh, they in San Antonio too. Sorry to hear that. Now listen, Richard Lloyd, the cops are cool. Believe me, the cops are cool, and I do call the cops. And they do show up. But again, they drive by, and you can actually set up a thing where they'll come drive by on a regular basis, But listen, it's ridiculous. They're treated like scum, by the city councils, around the country. And it's a mess. Greg Kasar, Adler, and the rest. Yeah, they're horrible. They're the worst. Yep, I agree. Adler is the worst. I mean, none of them are any good, to be honest, on that whole council. There's I forget, the redheaded gal. She's not bad. She's about the best we got. Yeah, I recommend the Ring. It's great surveillance. You can at least, pick up and, tell them, hey, cops are coming, or I am, or whatever. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, on the metering, Richard, yeah, there's several different options on that stuff. But in the end, I kind of find it easier just to divide the bill, look at the heavy users. Like I got a place over here, the restaurant pays 75% of the water because they eat 75% of the water, washing dishes and all the stuff that restaurants do. That's just kind of how it goes. When you got a shared meter, you got to kind of guesstimate the use per client and work it that way. And I'm really a big fan of triple net leases, especially in a place like where I'm at right now. You're constantly fighting. They're constantly trying to raise the value of your properties, whether they're worth it or not. They're trying to hit you for a higher value than they're worth. It's a mess, but that happens as well. But let's see. Since we're chatting, I'm gonna got another property. I'll drive by while I'm here. It's one I need to stop in. I got an AC that might be leaking. Yeah, pretty quiet on a Sunday here. This is one of my commercial strip centers here, but which I love these kinds of properties. I absolutely love them. I love my tenants, and on all my properties, to be quite honest. I've had tenants I hated, but not really, not many. It's very, very rare, and I say hate. I've had some disagreements, but not very many. And I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years. So I highly recommend the business. Really recommend it. It's a wonderful way to make a fortune. And you want passive income, you better start doing something to make it. Okay. Real estate is pretty hot. Let's see. How do you make a seller comfortable? Oh man, let me come back to that one another day. Real estate is pretty going everywhere. You're going to see the real estate market soften though, because they're starting to allow people you can kick out people that aren't paying your rent. And believe me, if you got a tenant that hasn't paid rent in 6-8 months and you've seen the value of your property go up a couple $100,000, you're anxious to sell, and that stuff's going on the market. You can bet. And they're going to try. I mean, believe me, that's why I've been selling my houses right now. I wanted to get them gone before the market softened. The market is just starting to soften. I'm not too nervous. My stuff's going to go, but I'm glad it's gone. And, sometimes, you buy a property or you sell a property, say whatever, 200, 400, 500, 600,000, and then maybe it goes up 100,000 after you sell it. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Especially if you're kind of, coming up like a hockey stick and you're kind of getting near the top end. As long as you get it within 20%, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's great when you can guess a market peak within 20% and get out. Believe me, nothing to feel bad about. But anyways, hey, I'm going to call it quits. But I'll get back with you guys at a later date. I just got back in town, and I'm going to give you guys a nice tour of my new building, the manufacturing there. So I think that'll be fun, and just give you another taste of a different kind of piece of real estate. And like I said, I'm starting to put a fund together. And I look at the properties that I bought. I mean, I've got such a wonderful track record of making money and buying deals under market. I'm working on putting a fund together so I can take advantage of some of those deals. But I'll take some partners in. That's all. I'm considering anyways. So hey, please like and subscribe. And but it helps the channel. Please subscribe. And again, hit that thumbs up. Got a lot of you watching. Not very many thumbs up. But anyways, I'd appreciate it. You guys take care.